So a question we get asked a lot is, should your security operations centre or provider be the same as your IT managed service provider, or should they be separate?
Yeah, this is a question that is as old as time and generates a lot of debate. Kind of the thinking is that perhaps there should be some separation kind of between the two. The people who are managing your IT and the people that are managing your security, that they shouldn't be the same organisation, because there's a fear people might end up marking their own homework.
Do you think there's benefits to having your SOC and your IT in the same, with the same provider? There must be some benefits.
No, I think there's huge benefits. I mean, really, the whole purpose of a security operations centre is to build up a picture of what's normal and what's not. And the closer, that security team can be to the kind of the wider technology team, and all be working off the same information and data and build up that picture in terms of the users, the applications, the locations, it's going to be easier for them really to understand, what's normal, what's not, and then kind of pick up on the things that really need investigating. However, if there's separation there, clearly they don't have the full picture. And also, there's obviously potentially going to be friction or delays because there's two separate firms, potentially two separate businesses.
On the flip side then, is there validity in then maintaining this separation? Is there an argument for it?
I'll probably say that actually, let me try and give my view on where I think this argument and this kind of idea comes from. Because I actually think there is limited validity to this. Where this comes from, it is considered good practice to have an independent security company doing what's known as cyber assurance. So that's things like doing a penetration test, trying to really test the defences of your kind of cyber team, see what vulnerabilities and weaknesses you've got and trying to exploit those. Also just looking at your kind of security architecture and standards, I think there's a lot of validity in having an independent outside view, a bit like an external auditor on anything, looking at that. The challenge, I think, is people have got a little bit confused and they think, well, that means that the whole of cybersecurity, must be separate. And actually, I don't think that's the case, because when it comes to the operational side, going back to what I said previously, you want your cyber team really to have the best, most up-to-date, holistic picture of your business as possible. And therefore, having them kind of sitting centrally with the rest of your team makes a lot of sense. So that's my view on where it's come from. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there are scenarios where it does make sense to have a separate SOC team. If you're a bigger company, lots of obviously different locations, lots of complexity, legacy, as well as cloud, that really is something that, I think having a separate SOC team kind of makes sense. But let's be honest, for the kind of market that we operate in, that kind of independent, more boutique financial services firm, they don't have that scale and complexity at all, and they want to have as much as possible kind of in one place.